up. No. Welcome back to the Unlucky Specialist Podcast, Intellectual Magic.
12.
Part 12.
I don't know why I held up 2 fingers.
I don't know, you did that for the first podcast as well. I was looking piss out of you. I was actually rewatching some because I'm sad like that. So yeah,
Happy
today,
birthday, Jarhead.
thank you very much. Today's a very special one. It's my birthday, hence the title of the podcast. And yeah, it's a fine day. It's a lovely, crisp Wednesday, sunny day. And I'm in work in an hour and a half. On my birthday.
So I actually have a question, right?
Yep.
So you know the term thirsty, but like the urban term, not the actual term of being,
as in like someone's thirsty for someone else or whatever. Yeah.
So on Urban Dictionary, it says too eager to get something or nearly desperate, right?
Yeah.
What would you like? How would you, knowing the term and knowing like what it means and stuff? How would you be like that person's thirsty or not?
As in that term that you're
desperate.
desperate.
In that term. So is it like if someone texts you and you reply like real quick, does that make you thirsty or does that just?
A lot of people would see it that way.
Okay.
From what I know,
Because
like even my thing, like if I was the very rare time I'd be chatting to someone that I like or I'm interested and chatting to them on whatever messenger I'm using, like I'm very like if I have my phone and I see a message come up or feel the vibration, I'll reply straight away.
Yeah.
That's just who I am. I'm there going like they texting me at this time, they're going to be on their phone, I'll text them back or whatever. But if I'm chatting to a young one or whatever, I kind of make the conscious decision to kind of leave it settle.
Yeah, I
for a little bit, not too long now. Not cunt that would turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, 3-day rule, man." You know, you be real aloof and all. Like, and they're like, "Yeah, I give it about 15-20 minutes." And even if, especially if I'm doing something, like kind of there, like going, "I'll wait till I can finish this certain thing, then I'll reply."
Like it comes across as being thirsty or whatever, but like if I'm sitting at home and I'm not doing anything.
If you're on your phone anyway and you see something come up,
I'm just sitting there looking at YouTube and my phone goes off beside me, like, I'll reply real quick because I'm not doing anything. It doesn't make me thirsty, it just makes me free.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
Like, I think that whole, the social aspect of that now is just so fucking peculiar in the sense that
fucking hell, your audio. I know, we're experimenting here for a minute. Brandon on his channel is currently recording videos about this lapel mic that I'm using, and I said I'd give it a go because my audio is nearly is 100% always lower than Brandon's. So I said if I had a mic that was closer to me, then it might be able to pick me up a bit better.
Fucking further away instead of having it right up to my mouth, like I'm trying to stop it.
It's actually reduced a bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
So maybe probably there. It might be a bit echoey. We don't know.
We'll try to fix it.
Yeah. If not, we're sorry.
But yeah, no, I just feel that it's very peculiar that that's the way the world has gone. Like that, if you reply to someone that you're not even that you're interested in, you just reply quick because you're not doing anything. It's like, oh, he thirsty, oh, he parched. Like it's not really though. It's just like not doing anything. Is
this from a particular experience or just in general?
Just literally, I was just thinking about it the other day. Like, I was like, that's so because we try to have topics now for the podcast, like stuff we were on a topic.
We like to be prepared for you people.
Yeah, and it shows though in our last podcast. It does show. Yeah. So, but we're trying to kind of prepare stuff and have stuff prepped so we can talk about it. So it's not just going off on tangents all the time from nowhere to nowhere. But I was just thinking about that. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I want to know everyone else's opinion on it. Like, does everyone have the same opinion on it as we do? Where it's like, I'm not really thirsty, it's just like free. See,
one of the problems is we're very similar minded when it comes to these type of things.
That's what we think is so, like,
there's a lot of lads and girls who would be like, no, I'm leaving it on the long finger, or like, you know, I'll leave them waiting, I'll leave them guessing, you know, like you have to be a bit aloof. It's a bit like it is needy if you're going straight away to it. No, and a couple of girls I know are kind of like that. That's why like there would be ages texting back to people or whatever. I don't, like my thing is like, yeah, I wait a bit, but in my bit is like in 20 minutes, like,
yeah,
I'll reply back or whatever.
Yeah,
And then if there's an actual conversation flowing, then I'll be regularly messaging back.
yeah. No, it was just a general curiosity on my part, like, as to see what way it goes.
No, I think it's just kind of nearly the culture we live in. It's kind of just, you know, you kind of have to be aloof about these types of things, you know. It's a bit odd.
Like,
just kind of like, you think you're too, like, you think, oh, like, I'll give you my free time whenever I have it.
Yeah.
You know, not just kind of like, oh, I'm here right now, I'll message you back.
Yeah.
You know.
So stupid though.
Oh, it's very stupid. But
by the way, we're recording this in my kitchen. This is like the first time the kitchen's ever going to be on the channel.
First and second. No, this will be the first and then the next podcast.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, this is why this is a two-parter, because we've called it the birthday one because we're recording it on my birthday, the part 1, and then part 2 we're going to be recording it the night we're going out for my birthday. So, that's kind of the tie. Other than that, we're probably not really going to be talking much about birthdays or anything. I was going to say one thing I was going to lead on after this about birthdays, which I might as well segue into now. You know, very clean segue from that. You know me, I'm not a big fan of my birthday, just because, like, you know, whatever, it's another day of the year. I like enjoying other people's birthdays. I think you're very similar as well.
Don't fuss over me, like.
Yeah, don't fuss over me, but when it's someone else's birthday, you make sure you put the time in for them, if they're a friend or a family member or whatever. But my thing was like, I know you wouldn't be outright telling people about your birthday, because it's obviously there's more emotion behind your thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm in work today and I don't want really anyone to know it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Just so everyone, like, this is going to sound like, you know, like, oh, woe is me or whatever, but like, I just don't want people to know, because then they're going to be like, oh, happy birthday, and they're going to be like trying to talk to me about it and go like, oh, and I'm going to be there going, yeah, but like, I'm in work.
Fuck off.
Yeah, if I was off today, I'd be going off and doing stuff on my birthday and, you know, enjoying it, but they're like, I'm working. Like, it's just another day.
Yeah.
I'm going to treat Saturday as my birthday day, because we're going to go out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a right night out. No. That's when I'm going to treat that as my birthday. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, drinks and have fun and have a bit of crack.
Okay.
But today it's just Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
But I know you, like, you have more kind of a legitimate reason why you don't really like your birthday. We don't have to talk about it, obviously.
No, I'm not gonna. No. Sorry, guys. Shoot that down there.
Some people know the circumstances, but, like, you know, it's personal stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I really want to say. It's just like, yeah, well, it's my birthday, and this is titled the birthday podcast or whatever we're going to call it, but, like, you know, it's still not a big deal. You know, whatever. It's another day of the year. I prefer enjoying other people's birthdays. So another thing I wanted to say was, speaking of birthday and in work.
You don't need to have shit segues all the time.
No, I know that. No, I'm laughing at what I'm about to say here. So, new guy started yesterday in work.
Yes, he did. He fucking did.
You were on yesterday when he came in. Yeah. You didn't have dealings with him because you're a different staff than
I had very little dealings.
You probably said how are you to him and introduced yourself.
Yeah, and told him that if anything goes right or wrong in this place, it's my fault, generally.
Yeah,
like,
fair enough.
It just comes back to my head for some
reason.
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
And Catherine was like, yeah.
I came in and Catherine was like, oh, a new chap started. He's absolutely lovely. He's a very nice guy.
He literally only said hello to me. Not even, how's it going? Hello.
Yeah. Right. Like, whatever, like, that's fine. You were doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't know what he was doing, so he was going to be with whoever he was paired with, which was Sanjay, right? Now, I came in at 3 o'clock. Sanjay was only coming off his break. And I was asking him, so what's the new guy like? And he was like, oh, he's, you know, it's his first job, so he's nervous, and, you know, he's just done his leaving cert, and he seems kind of, you know, he's nervous about it, but he said, we'll give him a few weeks. Like, he says, you know, it's going to be a couple of weeks before he kind of settles himself, and we see what he's like and what he can do. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's, of course, like, that's standard, that's fair enough. And about another 10 or 15 minutes went by, and Sanjay walked by me one station. I just looked at Sanjay and I went, did he go at the same time as you on his break? And he was like, yeah, he did, yeah. And he looked at the clock and he looked back and he was like, I hope he comes back. Just kind of whatever.
So for some context, The shift that he was doing
was 10 to 7, so it's an 8-hour shift with an hour, like it's 9 hours altogether, but an hour break, so it's an 8-hour shift.
Typically,
you work 4 hours.
10 to 2.
Yeah.
Generally, 2 or half 2, and then you take an hour break from 2 to 3 or half 2 to half 3.
Yeah, or whatever
like,
works out.
Depending on how busy it is.
Depending on other shifts and all as well.
And everything, and then you come back and do the rest of the stint, like.
So yeah, then our manager came out at one stage and was talking to Sanja and he was talking to one of the other girls, and then eventually she walked by me and just kind of looked at me and kind of made a face, just kind of like, I went, don't think our new recruit is coming back.
Nah.
So the guy went on his break at 2 o'clock and he never came back.
Hero.
It's so funny, like first day and everything, first day and his first ever job.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I could believe it, but I couldn't believe it. And that was kind of what I was wanting to talk about as well, was like, I'm gonna sound like an old lad here, and I know I am, but like, is it me or is it people that are like, I don't know, like 3 years or younger than us? Like if there's an age gap of 3 years or more between our age, because we're kind of similar enough age, like there's only a year and a half between us. Do you find that they have absolutely no work ethic? For the most part. Now, I'm painting them all with the same brush, but for the most part.
I don't think it's work ethic. I think it's more to do with like the social aspect of work, right? So like we work in a shop, so there's a lot of traffic, as in people come, people go, and you have to have some form of a social skill to handle that.
Yeah.
But I don't think people that are 3, 4, 5 years younger than us have the same social interaction skills that we do. Because if you think about it, right, when we were growing up, PlayStations and all that were only becoming, like online was only becoming a big deal when we were in secondary school, towards the end of it. So we've already done.
Oh, I never played. The first time I ever played an online game was probably 5th year. And that was like a very dodgy, bad game because I still didn't have internet. I was using
your phone.
No, I was playing on my Xbox, but I somehow was able to connect. I used the LAN cable from the Xbox to my laptop, and my laptop was getting internet from a dongle.
Oh, yeah.
It was really fucking dodgy, but I ended up playing and that was an Assassin's Creed like multiplayer game, and it was dodgy, it was shit. It ruined the experience, and I didn't really get to play online again properly until I got my PS4. So that was what, 2011?
Like I think the first time I played online was when I was in when I was in my PLC. Because we only got internet in then, 2013,
wow.
So, but you see, we've gone that, and like that's 5 years ago, so we're already 17, 18 at that time.
Yeah, we were already like you had left school.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we had built a solid foundation of social skills. Like if you see Callum's age, they all talk to each other through a headset, so they can't read social cues. I reckon it's nothing to do with a work ethic. I think it's like with your first job, you never know how hard you're going to have to work because you don't know what hard work is.
You don't know what other things tie into the job.
So it's going to be hard in a sense till you wrap your head around it. Like.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's more to do with the social side of it, not being able to like look people in the eye when they're talking to you, read their facial expressions from across the room, all that sort of stuff. I reckon that would be more daunting if you're not able to read them properly. Like.
I get what you're saying. But that doesn't tie into the example that we have here where a young guy starts his first job and he bows out after 4 hours.
You just got sick of the place.
How can you get sick of a place when you don't even know what it's like? 4 hours doesn't give you any gauge at all. The first time I started in the shop, I was meant to be doing floor staff stuff like you. I wasn't trained until like my 2nd or 3rd week, and I was meant to do only like 3 or 4 days a week. And I was looking for full-time work. And the first day I went in, I was doing it in the evening. I did 3 to half 10 the first day. I did 7 to 3 the second day. Then the third day I did another 3 to half 10. But the first day, I spent 5 hours putting out minerals in the fridge. That's all I did. And this was the old Coca-Cola fridge we had. It didn't have any like dividers or anything like that. And it was like real like bubbled up and flaky bits of metal coming off and all. It was always wet, and it was a disgusting fridge. I don't know why it took them so long to get rid of it. But like,
it costs money to get rid of it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, true. But I spent 5 hours of that because Sanjay kept on coming over and he's like, you have to make sure things lined up and I'll do this and do that. And I'm just there like, I'm only brand new. I'm literally just trying to put me things in, but I didn't have any more thought process. I just kind of went like, is this going to be my life for the next year? And I was like, if so, I was like, grand. And I just got on with it.
He was like, don't want that for me.
I don't know.
It's hard to know. Ring him up and ask him. Okay, fuck's wrong with you?
You don't know me, you never met me at all. The fuck?
Boy.
I really like this setup actually. I like that we're talking to each other, not looking at the camera the whole time or trying to look at the camera.
Yeah.
I think this is a lot more natural.
It
kind of reminds me of Joe Rogan's podcast because he always sits across, but they always sit across from each other.
Yeah.
Do you know? Just checking to see if the mic's still going, and it is.
Yeah, and the camera looks like it is.
That's awesome. So yeah, that was interesting.
It was.
Like, and no one was even mad about it. We all just kind of looked at each other and went, well, what can you do?
Yeah, that's the thing though. How the fuck do you move forward from that?
You just do. Like, sure, it's not like we were dependent on him. I said it to one of the girls afterwards. She was kind of like going, how can you do that? And I was like, look, at the same time, it was his very first day. He was paired up with someone. It was not like he came in and he was doing the shift on his own.
He's not essentially missed.
Yeah. Like, it's not like we're going to be struggling now without him.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get all that and all, but like, I was really rooting for him to come in today. Reason was, I was just catching man walking with the balls in your hand. And you fucking legend.
He's fucking mental. Yeah, one of the lads, I texted one of the lads and he said he didn't come in.
That's retarded.
I'm sure it's just
life. It's life. That's life. Do.
Get up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is nothing else really interesting has happened.
No, we're very boring people.
No.
We're very boring people who have started a podcast actually, because nothing happens to us ever.
And people that are watching us now are going like, yeah.
Agree, 100%.
I made one of the girls cry yesterday.
Now, I know the rest of that story, right?
But just out of context.
Hold on to that for a minute.
I was like, I made one of the girls cry yesterday. So I was talking to my man anyway, and Jen, one of my good friends, shout out Jen if you're watching. Probably not. No, she probably not.
She has a life.
She actually has a life. She has a successful life. It's her birthday yesterday. Her birthday is the day before mine, and she lives in Limerick, and she works in Clare. Very strange. She lives in Limerick, but she's like on the border of Limerick and Clare, kind of, because like technically UL should be the University of Limerick and Clare, because when you go over the Thomond Bridge in UL, you're actually in Clare. You're actually over the border.
And is that painted on the floor?
No. It was just apparently a couple of years ago there was like Clare, the county council or the board or whatever were trying to fight for UL to change its name to the University of Limerick and Clare.
And they wouldn't do it.
Oh, they were shut down because the majority of the campus is in Limerick. It's only when
the credibility for Clare. Like Limerick's name is still there.
Yeah, but Limerick's whatever.
Actually, no. Think about it. What college are you going to go? I'm going to ULC.
Yeah.
No, you're not. You're going to UL.
Yeah, it was like, where are you going? I'm going to Limerick. That's how you say it. Like, I'm going down to Limerick. But anyway, so she where she works, like it's a small little town, like village town in Clare, and there's a florist there. So like I found one of the girls helped me find out all this stuff. Shout out Anya, thank you for that. Found the florist and they sent her a bouquet of flowers, and I got a phone call after her yesterday at 12 o'clock, and she was like, I'm sobbing, I'm bawling, that was so sweet. And I was just there like, happy birthday, woo. And she was just like proper, like I was sitting in the office and she's like, there's only me and whoever else she works, and one part of their office is just her and this other chap. What up, Milo? And alright, calm down, I'm telling a story. Nobody. And the flowers, whoever's delivering the flowers came in and was like, because it's her name Jen on the thing, and she was like, I assume these are for you, it's not for him, kind of thing. And she was handing them over, like, wonderful. And then she just couldn't stop crying, and it just came out from her, like, so it was happy tears. I made someone cry happy tears. But it just sounded funnier to start going, I made someone cry yesterday.
And she was a woman.
That makes it worse.
Did you catch up on My Hero yet?
I actually did yesterday and the day before. That's going to be really loud on the mic. Apologies.
So, your episode this week.
I was episode 19.
Yeah, right.
That was the last one I watched.
I'll share out a little bit of context. So we both started. Well, I started watching My Hero Academia first.
You got me to start watching it.
And what the way it works is the sub version is an episode ahead of the dub version, right? So like I'm always a step ahead, and Jarhead's always an episode behind me. They never meet. Like, but the whole thing is like the voice acting for the dubbed is so much better than for the subbed. So I was telling Jarhead and Callum to watch it subbed because Jarhead doesn't really like to read subtitles. He just wants to watch.
I actually do like reading subtitles. I started watching it the dub version because that was up. Like the first couple of seasons were up on the dub, and a lot of the time there's animes that get dubs and the voice acting isn't up to scratch with the characters.
Yeah.
But with this one, everyone is very good. Like, they did a very good job on this one. So that's why before watching, I've watched one episode of the subbed and I didn't like it at all.
So the next episode 20.
That's why I'm writing on.
Is not a great episode. Episode 21 is a fucking fantastic episode. The whole My Hero Academia's algorithm of how they do their animations and stuff. Like it has a couple of good episodes, a couple of steady episodes, and really kind of just
one kind of drops off,
and then it comes back and it's fucking strong again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like 21 is a fairly good episode. Like
I really like he was only introduced in the end of episode 19, and we've seen him before, but this time we're actually going to get to see him in action. Gang Orca.
Yeah,
he's playing the villain in this scenario. No, he's so cool looking.
He's walking up the field and he's all like, "Oh, you're trying to save these people? Not on my watch," or whatever the corny fucking villain line is.
Yeah.
But he like flicks his like tail or whatever, and it's a fucking cape. But it's not actually a tail; it's a cape. I was like, "What the fuck?" Because it makes the flapping flapping noise. So it's holy shit. You laughing at flapping or clapping?
No, I'm seeing it in my head and I can imagine you sitting there going, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's
it's cool character design.
Very cool.
I love the intro to him. Was like one of either the commentator or Aizawa or someone was on about Gang Orca, and they were on about like no, I think it was the announcer, the retired guy that you were referencing the other day to me. On our chat, but he was like, he's a very popular hero. He's actually risen up to the ranks. He's now number 10 on the hero list. Like, oh, well done to Gang Orca. And he's actually number 2 on the heroes that look like they should be villains list. That's brilliant because the name is Gang Orca. He basically runs a mafia. And he looks like he's like a drug lord. Like, it's brilliant. But he has like an orca head on him. Oh, it's brilliant. It's funny.
He's really cool. I'm really looking forward to episode 21 coming out and dubbed so I can rewatch it.
I can't see whether that's flashing or not.
It should be. We've only 24 minutes in, so.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is, yeah. We're okay. But yeah, so I've caught up on that as far as I can. I finished one of the podcasts you wanted me to watch.
So do a podcast. Which one? I don't know.
Gus and Eddie.
Yeah, I've done this thing where I've been getting kind of sucked into loads of podcasts on YouTube.
Just to kind of see...
Prove hours and take pointers and stuff.
Yeah. I still need to finish the True Geordie one. I didn't know about True Geordie until last week, until you were on about him. That's the only video I've watched of him, but it's a very interesting podcast.
I didn't know about True Geordie until the whole Logan and KSI fight.
Yeah.
He was the moderator and stuff, and he was doing like, the boys were taking, like Logan Paul was taking shots at him and he was being like, fuck off, basically. So I was talking to McGuinness about it. McGuinness was like, I watched him before he had 100,000 subs. So McGuinness has followed him the whole way up to his 1.3 million now.
Mad, isn't it?
And McGuinness is like, I just wanted someone else to watch him so I could talk. And he was the one who told me about that particular podcast. But he was saying that like the True Geordie doesn't take any bullshit in his podcasts. So in the Logan Paul one, the way the fight went was Jake and Deji fought and then Logan and KSI. So True Geordie went to Logan. If Jake loses, will that affect your mentality? And
legitimate question to ask.
Like Logan was just like, he's not gonna lose. And the True Geordie was like, I just wanna know if. But like Logan wasn't backing down.
He was just adamant that no, my brother, he's a Paul, he's gonna win. Like, there's nothing about it.
The True Geordie just turned around and goes, well, I guess we'll send the fucking podcast then, and like cut it. And then McGuinness was telling me like that he'd done a podcast with some business dude years ago, and it was like really good podcast or something. And apparently he does contracts, so if he gets a guest, they do a contract where it's like whatever this brings in, you get X amount, and I get X amount, like 60. 40 or 60, 30 or something to make it worthwhile.
He's making it legit, like.
Yeah, and everything. So this business guy was like, yeah, cool. And they reference it in another video somewhere McGuinness said, right? But like, from what I can remember, McGuinness telling me was like that they done the podcast and it was a good podcast, but the business guy came out and was like, oh, the contract screwed me, I didn't get my fair cut. No, but everything was above board. So the True Geordie came back and went, you know what, fuck you, deleted the whole podcast. Like all the monetization, any bit of money he was going to continue to receive from that, gone. Just because that guy was like, you're not paying me properly. So he just doesn't take any fucking shit. And he's like 6'19" and like 15 feet wide. He's a big dude.
Yeah. Scary looking, alright.
Fucking is great though, he's so good.
And yeah, he was on about how his dad was in prison and all before.
Yeah. And he was.
And he's never done anything bad and all. And they're like, fuck.
And he looks like
he'd knock you out.
Looks like the goons, isn't he? A goon, like.
The goons. The goons.
Yeah, like a goon.
Like a henchman. Yeah.
I think we'll end it on that note.
Yeah. We're at 28 in America now.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. And if you're new, subscribe. If not, sound.
If you'd like to comment down below on anything that we've raised, we're more than happy to comment back to you.
We really just want to talk to all y'all properly.
We just want friends. Please.
We've got 4.
Yeah, actually, I am interested in all. We're obviously going to be. He's going to be editing this, so he's going to have to see about the syncing up and mic levels and stuff like that. Comment down below and tell us what you think of how it sounds, because we're trying to make it sound as fluid as we can. Also, while I'm talking about that, we forgot to mention our podcast is now going up on SoundCloud.
They do. What did I forget?
Yeah, I don't know. You're the one that set it all up.
I set it all up. You're nice. Podcast on SoundCloud.
So podcast 11 is up now. So every podcast from 11 up is going to be on SoundCloud for any SoundCloud users that want to listen to it on the go.
Yeah, instead of having to open up YouTube.
Instead of having to watch us, because it's while we have camera, it's not that much of a visual podcast.
No.
So if you're more interested in listening to it on SoundCloud, from 11 up, it'll be on it. We might throw up the other ones at some other stage, but they'll be in different orders, but we don't know yet. So that's the housekeeping done on that.
Plug.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Thanks very much for watching. Bye.